Hi everyone, it's day 2 of our program and our series here, and hopefully your Tuesday is doing good. Yesterday I ended the day with a pretty good workout. My body was coming back into line. I took about 1 week off of training. My body had just sort of hit a wall with its overall intensity. I mean, I remember a training session on Thursday I did with one of the athletes. I just couldn't finish it. I didn't get enough rest. It was at about 4 to 5 hours sleep, 2 days in a row. My body was shot. And it was a pretty intense workout. So that was about 1 week ago. I took a 1 week rest, so more unintentionally, but it sort of helped me recover and calibrate. I don't plan rest too much because for my life, every now and then rest happens like that by default. I don't really. It's almost like some weeks it becomes so excruciatingly difficult to get my training session in, and I'm working at a gym, so that's weird, so that can be pretty tough too. It's pretty tough pill to swallow sometimes, but it's happened, and it happened last week. But this Monday, I came back into it pretty strong. I took a lot of supplements to get me to a high level of performance. Pre-workout, actually, I didn't take a protein. I didn't take any amino acids during my workout like I typically do, to come to think of it. But I did good. I felt good. It was good. I did probably like 70 deadlifts at 135, and maybe 70 clean and jerks at 135 as well. So it was a real nice workout. Did that on the platform, and it was fun. Okay, and I did some jump rope stuff, but the main thing was the deadlifts and the clean and jerks. So I always loved lifting quite a bit with the actual bar and the Olympic lifts. Those are pretty much my favorite. I gravitate to that quite a bit. The squat cleans and things like that. Just love those. So today, day 2. So, I love intensity, and I love energy and passion and these things. They feel amazing. I want to talk about love and growth. Okay. You could say love has such a intoxicating effect on us. Michael Jackson just let out his new album today. I don't know if he let it out as much as, well, let's just say he didn't. I don't think he let it out, unless this was in his will to release this album. And today, I don't think he did, but let's just say he did. One of his first songs on the album goes into love and stuff like this. All right, so right away, you listen to that song, I think you begin to tap into a part of yourself that gets into romantic concepts of love, and which is fine, which is very healthy and fun and part of what makes life grand, right? And I think that on some level, we, or me, or others like myself, maybe you too, we tend to think of love primarily on a family basis and a partner basis, or romantic partner, or love, or children. Typically, I know that a lot of people also tap into the concept which I'm about to talk about. Love, you could say, or help. I think it's interchangeable. I think kindness is part of love. So is caring, helping someone. So love and kindness, or help, transferring that into other areas of your life besides just a romantic relationship. And that is where I see the challenge and where growth, which is the other topic, love and growth, I think most of us are going to need to kind of centralize and focus there. Okay, when say we're 19, 18, 16, 21, 22, so we reach these ages. I think at that stage in our development, we a lot of times, if we don't have children, think about what we need, what we want, what we want to accomplish, what we want to experience. It could be, for me, for example, it was traveling to a nice exotic beach. It's beautiful. I mean, that's an amazing experience. It's an amazing feeling. I love it. I mean, I have a little postcard here on the wall of a place that I'd like to be at soon. I mean, it's beautiful. One day. So those are things that we want, and those are beautiful things. Those dreams must drive us. They must. They must. We're going to be talking about love as a tool of personal development. If we focus on caring about others and truly making a difference in other people's lives for the better, I think that this is where we start tapping into that extra part of ourselves. When we sacrifice a little of ourselves for others, maybe say, hey, I'm not gonna go to the beach if I don't have to, because I want to spend some time helping this person. I'm not gonna go on a date tonight because I'd rather work and help these people reach their goals. You see, so that sacrifice, while somewhat insane to some people, may be what it takes to reach another level of yourself. Okay, so then, see, we're talking about not necessarily just dieting now. See what I mean? It could be that's, hey, I'm not going on a date, or I'm not going to eat with friends or partying out because I'm going to diet. See, so that transfers into caring for yourself, which eventually taps into caring for others. This powerful concept is true because, let's just say, if you don't love yourself, you can't love others. And the reason that exists is, let's just say you're unable to care for yourself, right? Let's say you develop a disease or something. Now, because of, again, this is not everybody, but say if you carelessly let yourself and your health decline, you may not be able to love others, and others may have to take care of you because of that. Make sense? So in loving yourself first, in a way, by taking care of yourself first, you in turn help others, because you're not going to be dependent on them as much. Okay? So that's the good thing about loving oneself. That's the key concept to that. Okay? So growth, love, first loving yourself. After that, I think you hit a certain point where you plateau. I think there's a certain point of plateau you reach when you, in order to grow beyond that level, you have to think of others. You have to think of other people. In other words, once you get in shape, and I'm a trainer, so I'm going to use these analogies, but once you learn to read, you now to be a great reader, maybe a great writer, you might want to help others learn to read, write more, share your writings with readers, people that read. So now that skill allows you to grow, right? Because you're submerged in that world a little more. All right? So love, growth, development, things like that. Okay. All right. So I hope that makes some sense. Now, about loving oneself, growing because you love yourself and develop that, becoming less dependent on others because of that growth, and then moving on to helping others. So this would be, we're starting to climb up the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Self-actualization. For example, self-actualization, it's very rare. You could say that somebody's ultimate dream is going to be to eat tuna and rice. Like, that is their level of the epitome of their existence. Like, if they did that, that's it. They have reached the pinnacle of their existence. That's probably unlikely. Okay? So, more fitting is, let's say you're a teacher, right? I want to be a principal. To once you develop a skill, I learned to read. I learned to read. Now I'm gonna go to college. Pass tests. Now once I do that, now I'm gonna help others pass tests. Now you're teaching. Now you become a mentor to students, and then eventually you become a mentor. As you say, I'm gonna climb up this. I'm gonna go counseling, or I'm gonna go become a principal. Now I'm gonna become a mentor to mentors. And then from there, maybe you might say, I'm going to start a charter, or I'm going to start my own school or my own business. See, you climb higher and higher to help more people, right? That's the love, that's self-actualization. That's something that started out as, you know what, I need to read to go to school so I can pay for my bills one day, so I won't be needing a handout or be on welfare, or so I can find a mate, whatever. So these are the first levels, right? And then shelters and stuff like that. And then as you start being proficient on these levels, you started stacking them, and the growth started exponentially occurring, right? And so that right there is love. That's sort of the core. And you can say interchange the word love for help. I think that's a comfortable way for people to understand that. But love is sort of the core, the real core of what it comes down to. Kindness, caring, truly wanting to make a difference in someone's life. It's not enough that you say you want to help people read, for example, but truly see that they read it, they can read this book and that book, comprehend the message, and then maybe apply the message and see a change through that message, through that reading. Then you could say you're truly helping develop, right, and truly contributing. And then you're spreading growth into the universe, and then that sort of comes back, and it sort of starts becoming a conversation with you and others in the world and existence. Again, kind of funny, kind of a concepts that are sort of not talked about. But I wanted to go beyond, Michael Jackson's new song, for example, and sort of go a little deeper into love and growth, as to how I see love and growth on today being day 2 of the 24-day challenge. These are some of the key concepts that I focus on. How do I help others more? How do I break through my comfort zone? How do I get to the next level? These are things that I'm going to really kind of meditate on. Okay, and so a little bit about that. So love is our higher self. Love is our higher self, and it takes work, because I think it's easier to say. I think it's easier. It's physically easier. I don't think it's easier emotionally. I don't think it's easier on a self-esteem level. I don't think it's easier long term. I think it's a taxation. It's like charging something on a high-interest credit card. For example, what I mean by this is it's less energy to not work out. But the irony is that you actually have less energy that day. That's an irony, right? It took less energy, so you actually saved energy to not work out, but you didn't actually help your body. Hold on, my computer went blank again. Give me one. Okay, so but you didn't actually get your body to produce the dopamine levels, the heightened sensations of working out, maybe the supplementation, the water, the electrolytes in your body. You didn't really get to prime your body to produce that high level of energy and get younger. So you saved energy, but you missed out on this, right? That self-loving, self-nurturing energy that can yield you higher returns, right? To an investor, that would be return on your investment. Okay, so think about that. Why we need balance. Okay, so yogis briefly teach. This is a yogi here, right here. He's a yogi there. Yogis sometimes teach that we have higher selves and lower selves, love being the higher self, okay? So let's say that love being our higher self, that's a higher up on our chakras, and like our lower selves being more of our sexual organs and stuff like that. You could say that's some sort of pleasure sensations. And so again, easy to understand, so easy to understand why we are attracted to these things and we want these things, but we definitely may not want to saturate our senses with so much of these lower base tendencies, because it can drain us of energy. It can drain us of energy, and if we kind of develop these higher senses, these higher skills, it sort of starts cultivating energy in ourselves and others in our environment. Okay. So, secondly, I'd like to get into, I wanted to touch that base on that one, because that one's an important one that's taken me a long time to sort of really start seeing its mechanisms, how it works, how that philosophy works, how the mechanisms works, and how it applies to daily living. Okay? Whether that's business, fitness, church, relationships, that mechanism becomes important to identify and then important to implement and practice, just like any habit. Purpose, pain, drives. Okay, so we'll go into purpose and pains next week. Tomorrow, probably, because we're running a little bit out of time as far as how long I'd like to keep this work. This today on day 2, I woke up feeling really good and rested with about 6 hours. I went to sleep late because my body tossed and turned because I worked out so good yesterday. Well, but then I fatigued a little bit. Break up here. Okay. But then, after eating lunch, I said, what do I got to do? Okay, I got this big goal. Got to break up my goal into a smaller piece and sort of repeat that. So I repeat my goals. Whatever your goal is, repeat it, meditate on it. I'm talking about a big goal, right? I'm not talking about, if your goal is, get to school, okay, then get to school, right? But I have a significantly high goal from where I'm at. So, meditate on it, focus on it. Almost like telling and reminding your brain, write it down, that you're really serious about this. Because so many times we set these goals and they're not written down and we forget them because we let them kind of slip our mind. And sort of like when you bring yourself back and you start looking over and over and over at your strategies, what you're doing, what you're actually doing to achieve your goal, and measuring yourself consistently to what are you actually doing to achieve your goal, how is that goal coming along, and really being assertive as to achieving it, you're going to have a better outcome than if you were to sort of leave it to chance and sort of hope for the best. Okay, so use your initiative and break your goals down and meditate on what you really like to do. That's a little bit of what we'll go in today. We'll wrap it up right about there. And so love, growth, okay. Tomorrow we'll go into purpose and pain, a little bit about that. As soon as I can. If I can't make it tomorrow for whatever reason, I won't be able to make it tomorrow. But if I can, I will go into purpose and pain. That's an important topic. And sort of putting that all together. As far as supplementation, talking about that, you still get the 0 enrollment here at Ultimate Fitness Center when you mention this video. Ultimate Fitness Center, $100 off your enrollment, to bring it down to 0. And just mention you got this video, tell me you saw the video with Jacob on YouTube. And that, I'm working on some other stuff. I'll put a link up for you if you would like to get on any supplements at all. And then that's about it. I'll tell you a little bit more tomorrow, seeing as we're running short on time. So it's a bit about the things I focused on day 2, and looking forward to day 3 and breaking some more records. Hope you have a great day. Let's break some records, have great workouts, and really live today with growth, passion, purpose, love, and everything that is important to you. God bless. See you at the gym.